Everyone knows that GTA Online has a ton of businesses, but which ones are worth buying and which are absolute trash? That's why in this tier list I will be ranking every single business in GTA 5 Online so you don't waste your money and instead make millions. Starting things off at the bottom of the list, we have the document forgery office, being literally the worst business in the entire game. It only makes you $20,000 per hour with equipment and staff upgrades. The locations are also bad since most of them are really far from the city. The best document forgery office is the Textile City one, but this will cost you $1.2 million, which will take ages to make back with this business, let alone make a profit with it. Moving on to one that's technically a business, the Arena Workshop. Many players probably forgot about it, and rightly so, cause the main way to make money with it is by playing the Arena War game modes, which obviously don't pay much, especially having to spend millions to set it up. However, there are some good reasons to buy the arena. Firstly, if you really like the Arena War game modes, or if you want to unlock a couple special and really rare vehicles like the Space Docker and even the Rusty Tractor. Although good luck with that, cause on average it takes thousands, yes thousands of hours to unlock them. One exclusive perk that this business has is the Arena Workshop, which allows you to upgrade Arena War vehicles with spikes and machine guns, for example. If you own this business, you can also buy and upgrade the RC Bandito, which is a really handy gadget, and lastly, it comes with a 30-car garage. In terms of money, it's definitely a business you should avoid. Same goes for the Diamond Casino Penthouse. Many of you forgot about this, but its main money source is by playing Agatha Baker's story missions. They are fun to do and are solo friendly. You can expect a payout of $1.1 million including first time bonuses. If you host all these missions, you also unlock a free weaponized car, the Paragon Armored, which is a great vehicle. So why is it in the trash tier? It's because without first time bonuses you make nowhere near $1 million. Also keeping in mind that we spent a couple mil on the penthouse itself, having no long time value. Moving one tier up from the trash tier is the bad tier. While these will be slightly better in terms of total payout, I still suggest that you avoid these. For example, the high-end apartments, which gives you access to the 5 original heists. They did get a payout buff in 2022, but still not enough to make it worth your time. Although pretty much everyone owns a high-end apartment, with the cheapest one being $200k. If you're a new player and never played the original heists, you should try them. However, these days it's harder to find other players. The first heist, aka the Flicka job, can be completed with one other player, but the other 4 heists require 4 players in total. So it's not solo friendly at all, and taking all that into account, I ranked it in the bad tier. Another business where heists are a big part of it is the facility. The Doomsday heists are some of the hardest and longest heists in GTA Online. There are 3 different acts, with each act having multiple preps and setup missions before the finale. A full run of this heist can take over 6 hours to complete, with the payout being between $1.2 and $2.2 million, depending on how you split the take and with how many people. It also comes with one of the most hated features in the game, the orbital cannon, which can be a selling point for some players while being a deal breaker for others. All in all, it's a business that belongs in the bad tier. With 3 new businesses added in the Money Fronts DLC, Smoke Underwater is the worst one. That's mainly because of the legal part of this business. After you did work for this business, you have to drop the heat level by doing a green stuff delivery. The money laundering makes you 35k per mission. Most of them can be completed within about 5 minutes of work, but if you're unlucky, you get a delivery mission that takes you all the way to the top of the map with a really slow van. The only reason to buy it is for the green farm, which I will explain later in this video. The other new business, Higgins Heli Tours, is just as bad as Smoke Underwater, and it works exactly the same. Just instead of using green stuff, you fly NPCs around in a helicopter, which I find really boring or at best fun the first time. The only reason to buy it is for the hangar, which I will also explain later in this video. Moving on to the Motorcycle Clubhouse, which wasn't a business at first. However, since it released, they added a few ways to make money. You can earn 50k from bike delivery missions. Simply customize the bike to the customer's liking and deliver it. Then there are Clubhouse contracts, which are quick, in under 10 minutes missions that pay between 30 and 40k. Lastly, there's a somewhat passive income from the bar, making you $5,000 per IRL hour. It does require frequent resupply, so that's why it's somewhat passive income. Overall, not a great main way to make money, but it's okay for in between other money making methods. In the mid tier we have one of my favorite businesses in GTA Online, the Vehicle Warehouse. Although it doesn't make you insane money, I think this is the ultimate Grand Theft Auto business. You steal a standard, mid-range or top tier vehicle, deliver it to your vehicle warehouse, repair it, customize it and sell it on to high-end buyers. To start up this business, you first have to buy an office, which will set you back a couple $1,000,000. Like I said earlier, there are different tiers of cars, so the downside of this business is that you have to get lucky to get top tier cars so you can make the most amount of money. That can be very time consuming, however hard work pays off, and if you fill your warehouse with only standard and mid-range cars, you will only get top tier cars from that point onwards. That way it can make you $200,000 per hour. It's not bad, but considering your time and investment, it slots right into the mid tier. The bill enforcement office is not that old, but a lot of people already forgot about it. You make money through bounty hunting missions, you track down targets, capture and deliver them. They are fairly easy and somewhat fun to do. You can earn anywhere from 30 to 40k for the normal targets. The most wanted target reward is around $120,000 to $150,000. This target resets once per week, and lastly there's passive income via bill enforcement agents. Sadly, these guys are really expensive, being $750k per agent. It will probably take you years to make that back, cause the payout from them isn't anything special. So overall not worth investing in, going right into the mid tier. The green farm used to be one of the worst businesses in the game, but since the most recent Money Fronts DLC it got buffed, making it go up 2 tiers from trash to mid. If you own smoke underwater, it increases your green farm income by 35%, so that's a nice addition. The newest business added to GTA Online is the hands-on car wash. This is the best business out of the 3 new ones, and this is also the only one I would recommend. You can do Mr. Faber work or money laundering missions to earn money. Then the heat bar will fill and you have to do a car wash mission to drop the heat level. The more laundering missions you complete, the higher your daily save income will be, aka passive income. The passive income also depends on how many businesses you own, each having different potential business income. It actually gets you quite a bit of money every 48 minutes IRL. If you are planning to grind for the next year or so, it's worth buying just for the save alone. However, the money laundering side of this business isn't great. Another reason to buy the car wash has to do with the next business. The Blue Lab is, or was, the second best MC business. It's also the most expensive, costing you up to $2.4 million with all upgrades. It will earn you 46k per hour, so better than the Counter Cash Factory if you don't own a car wash, but worse if you do own a car wash. I will explain how that works in the next tier. In the good tier we start with another MC business, the Counterfeit Cash Factory. It received a significant buff in the recent DLC. If you own the hands-on car wash business, it also increases your cash factory income by 35%. The business itself without the car wash earns you 40k per hour if you have all the equipment upgrades. So if you own the car wash, this business is now the second best MC business out there. Given the cost of that, there are more lucrative ways to make money. Next up is the Coca-Cola lockup, which is by far the best MC business, making you 72k per hour passively if you have all upgrades. At full stock it sells for over $500,000, although these sell missions can be tricky. If you are doing 4 sales, it will spawn 4 sell vehicles, so I recommend doing this in a private session. If you are wanting to buy any of the MC businesses, this is definitely one you should go with for some awesome money making. The auto shop from the LS Tuners DLC is also a great way to make tons of money. You will be able to earn over $400,000 per hour. There are 2 ways to make money, with the first one being auto shop robberies. There are 9 contracts in total, and every time you can choose from 3 different options, each paying around $180,000 and taking about 20 to 30 minutes to complete. However, there's one contract that is significantly better than the rest, called the Union Depository contract, with the payout being $300,000, while it takes just as long as the other contracts, if not quicker. You can't replay the same contract back to back because of a cooldown, but you can still earn about $470,000 an hour by doing the Union Depository contract plus another contract. On top of that, the auto shop also unlocks every single vehicle upgrade in the game, regardless of your level, and you get a discount on each upgrade since you're the owner of the shop. So if you're a real car guy and love trying different customization options, this is the perfect business for you. The second way to make money is with car delivery. Every 48 minutes IRL, a customer drops off a car at your shop, add the required customizations to max out your profit, and then deliver the car to make 30 to 40k in under 5 minutes. However, if you can't be bothered to deliver the car, or if you suck at driving, you can also send your staff to handle the delivery for you and they never crash. That way you don't lose any money, making it a good way to make money in between other jobs. One of the better active businesses in GTA Online is the Special Cargo Warehouse. To start it up, you need a CEO office, and filling the entire warehouse takes around 5 hours, so the biggest downside is the investment and time you have to put into it. However, a full warehouse does sell for $2.2 million with a $1.5 million million profit, making back a good chunk of the money you invested. To make the entire process easier, we can assign staff to source special cargo for you. That saves you a lot of time and increases your profit substantially. What I recommend is to wait till there's double money on special cargo and then sell all your warehouses for $6 million each. Taking all that into consideration, I still think it deserves a spot in the good tier. The arcade is also a good business. It allows you to start the casino heist, which itself is already tons of fun, being able to use 3 different approaches: silent and sneaky, the big con, and aggressive. It requires at least 1 other player but can be played with up to 4. With the right strategies and cuts, you can earn between 1 million and 1.5 million per heist. The setups take about 45 minutes to do but can be completed faster if you have somebody to help you. You can also make $5,000 per in-game day via the passive income save. What you have to do is buy 1 arcade machine in every slot, but I don't recommend investing in these arcade machines cause it will cost you millions and that will take like a decade to make back with the passive income. A game changer is in the basement, the master control terminal where you can access and manage all your businesses from one central place, and down here you also have garage space. So overall it's a solid business, ranking high in the good tier. Just like the salvage yard, this business has 3 different money methods, with the first 2 being the passive income save and the tow truck missions. Those pay between 30 and 40k and you can do them every 48 minutes, but the third most profitable way are the salvage yard robberies, aka stealing expensive vehicles that are worth up to $400,000 per sell mission. You can complete one in under 45 minutes if you know what you're doing. There's also a neat feature that allows you to keep some of these vehicles as your personal vehicle. You only have to pay a small fee and you can even make that amount smaller if you own the document forgery office, so after all that business isn't completely useless. Another pretty recently added business is the garment factory. A great thing about it is that it has no upgrades, so everything is already included in a $2.35 million price tag. While it does have passive income, it's literally the worst one in the game, only making you $2,000 per hour. At the end of the day it's passive income, so we can't really complain. The real money making method is by completing FIB files, which are 4 mini heists that each take around 30 minutes to complete, making you around 200k if you complete all finale bonuses. Every week there's also 1 priority file that pays double, stacking it up to about $300,000 to $400,000. Another great thing about this business is that you can start the setup missions from anywhere on the map by simply accessing the Darnell app on your phone. You also get the ability to quick travel a 10-car garage and a special workshop for your Terabyte where you will be able to equip it with Bureau Tech upgrades, such as the Master Control Terminal, allowing you to manage all your businesses from one place. The second to last good tier business is the bunker, allowing you to make 70k per hour if you at least have all the upgrades. While it is a bit pricey, a full bunker sells for $2.1 million. However, some sell missions aren't solo friendly, spawning 2 or even 4 vehicles that you have to deliver within a given time, which is luckily 45 minutes, so it's definitely doable. An extra way to make money is by doing excess weapon parts deliveries to an ammunition every 45 minutes. This makes you an easy $50,000. Besides the money making side, the bunker offers research upgrades for vehicles and weapons, such as oppressor rockets, the Juggernaut ballistic equipment and Mark II ammo types. Keep in mind that these unlocks are random, so you could be spending millions and hours before you unlock an item that you want. The money side is great and research is really helpful, so it's still a very good business. Finishing off the good tier with the Mackenzie Airfield Hangar, this lets you start the Oscar Guzman Flies Again missions, which are amazing money makers that can be completed under an hour, 5 setups and then the Titan Job finale. The payout at the end is $750,000 on hard mode. For your very first time it will be $500k on normal mode. Keep in mind that we did invest $1.5 million into this business, so you will start making a profit after your 3rd time playing. The second way to make money with this business are arms trafficking missions that earn you between 30 and 50k every 5 minutes or so. It also gives you access to 10 extra personal aircraft spots. With that being said, it for sure deserves a spot in a good tier and maybe even close to the best tier. Finally, we have arrived at the best tier. Each of these are must-own businesses that will make you tens of millions in GTA Online. Kicking things off with the nightclub, being the king in 2 different money-making areas, both passive and active income. Starting with passive income, your nightclub safe generates $50,000 per hour if your popularity bar is full. Keep your popularity high by kicking out troublemakers, escorting VIPs or rehiring DJs. However, the real money will be made in the underground warehouse, where technicians take care of mostly everything, mainly sourcing all the goods for you. You then only have to sell them, which won't take longer than 5 minutes, and you can earn up to $2 million per sell mission. The only downside is that you need to own a bunch of businesses such as the bunker and all MC businesses to assign the technicians to each of these products, making it not beginner friendly at all, but if you're a more experienced grinder you have to buy the nightclub. On the other hand, it is completely solo friendly with only one sell vehicle given when selling your goods. A business that's just behind the nightclub is the agency, however it's way more versatile, maybe even the most versatile business in the game, offering 4 ways to make loads of money. Dr. Dre's contract is where you will be making millions. It's an amazing story based heist with 3 sets of missions that can be completed completely solo in about 70 to 80 minutes. The payout is $1 million on the dot every single time. Then you have the security contracts, each with different payouts, varying from 30 to 70k and only take about 5 to 10 minutes. Completing 5 of these contracts adds $500 to your daily income save, with 20k per day being the max if you complete 200 contracts, and I know that sounds like a lot of effort, and it is, but it's worth doing in the end. Lastly, you can do payphone hits for Franklin that make you 45k if you complete the assassination bonus, and it only takes around 5 minutes. Luckily they reduced the cooldown between payphone hits from 48 to just 10 minutes. The agency also has exclusive features, such as the Amanitech Vehicle Workshop, which are high-tech upgrades for certain vehicles, and then you have the Armory, being your own arsenal of weapons and armor. With all these plus points and no downside, it obviously deserves to be ranked as one of the best businesses in GTA Online. The Asset Lab is one of the easiest and least expensive businesses to set up. Simply start by completing the first dose missions in less than an hour, which will make you 400k in total. The business itself is one of the best choices when it comes to passive income, making you $60,000 per hour. A full Asset Lab sells for around 500k if you decide to do it with the high demand bonus, aka sell it in a full public lobby. They are really solo friendly, giving you only 1 delivery bike, so it should be easy. In the Freak Shop you can upgrade this beast with armor, mines and ram weapons, making it one of the most armored vehicles in the game. Over the years the hangar experienced a lot of positive changes. It was already a top 5 business, but I would even argue it's now the second best business, with a recent buff being that if you own Higgins Heli Tours it increases your hangar cargo value by 10%, allowing you to make 700k per hour if you source the right cargo, with narcotics, chemicals and medical supply being the best. It does require some grinding, having to spend around 6 hours to fill up your hangar, but the payout is worth your time. Especially if you own the Heli Tours business, you can earn between $2.2 and $2.7 million per hangar sale. The cell missions are also solo friendly, with only 1 cell vehicle given, but some cell missions are less solo friendly. Keep in mind that you always want to source and sell cargo by land instead of air, because those are way easier. They also added a passive way. If you go to Rooster, you can have him source cargo for you. He will either come back with 1 or 2 products, but they will be random. This is also the only business where you can customize and upgrade your aircrafts, making them a lot better. All those reasons is why it's a must-have business. Next we have an interesting business, the Kasatka submarine, still being the #1 business in the game. That's because it allows you to start the Cape Rico heist, the fastest and highest earning heist and money making method. If you do everything right and have a bit of luck on your side, such as completing the Elite Challenge and having a good primary target as well as secondary loot, you can make anywhere from $1.2 million to $1.8 million completely solo in less than an hour, already making you most of the money back you spent on the Kasatka. Now this vehicle itself also comes with great features. Firstly, it allows you to buy the Sparrow helicopter, being one of the best attack choppers in the game. That's why I can confidently put the Kasatka at the very top of the best tier and crowning it being the best business in all of GTA Online. Anyway guys, that concludes this tier list, and let me know if you agree with my rankings in the comments. Which business are your favorite and would you rank any of them differently? Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more GTA content. I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye!